today we got our good friend in here, Jasmine.
Roxanne. Are you gonna start over?
I'll start over.
Okay. Welcome back, guys, to Tag Along with Josh. I'm your co-host, Bree.
And I'm Josh.
And that's Josh. I'm doing the intro today because he's a little sleepy. Today we have we're gonna do a tag talk. We're gonna do a tag talk today with one of our local artists here in Indiana. We have Miss Roxanne.
Hey.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us about what it is that you do in the world of art.
Well, I'm a chef/owner of Peace Free Hospitality, where I offer sold to international unique desserts, and we also offer meal prep and catering. We're currently only doing private chef events right now and baked goods.
Okay. Yeah, and let me tell you guys, she stays busy like all the time. I'll see her on the news, and then she's doing events, and like you are just always busy all the time.
Like that, she is amazing. Like I love her food.
See, I'm sad. I have yet to try your food. I need to. I want to. So tell us what kind of events you've been doing lately, or if you have any events that coming up that you really want to talk about.
Okay. Well, the last thing I just did was for the NAACP, the Martin Luther King breakfast.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yes, ma'am. I actually donated like 14 batches of cinnamon rolls. So we had a mixed berry, bananas Foster, original, and a peanut butter banana with the cookie butter crumble.
Okay.
The next event coming up is February 8th, also for the NAACP. It's their Super Bowl. So
that's
cute. And so it's like people can enter their chilies or enter their soups and stews. It'll be a competition. I believe it's a $25 entry fee and stuff. It all goes to a good cause. And then also they'll have me doing like a live demonstration, stuff like that, free samples of whatever like soup and stew and stuff that I choose for that day. January 30th at the Pottersville Church, that's 333 Jefferson. I'm doing a Southside Community Luncheon. So, Twyman Art Gallery, people, anyone on the Southside 47713 area, people who volunteer actively in the community, especially Southside, is all welcome to come. It's from 12 to 3, I believe. So just kind of like a give back type thing. So
yeah. Now, are you? Do you ask for are people allowed to come and volunteer and help you out if they want to be a part of this cause?
Oh, definitely. I'm still looking for volunteers. A comfortable number I would want to have or exceed is definitely 15. Because I know for Thanksgiving, when I started advertising stuff, but due to unforeseen circumstances, I couldn't do it, but they still have their Thanksgiving meal that they have every year at the Pottersville. Right. So instead of their regular, maybe 150 people, maybe 200, they had 300 people this year.
Oh, wow.
So with the mixture of my advertising plus what they regularly do, it increased
those
numbers.
It blew up.
So I kind of felt bad, but at the same time, what can I do for something I can't, change?
Right, absolutely.
But in the positive, optimistic way of looking at it is that's 300 people that needed to be fed that got fed.
Yes.
So this one, answering your question, definitely will take volunteers.
Yeah.
Because I do kind of, if it's based off of that, I think we'll have at least 200 some people for that as well. So that's why I just definitely take all the help I can get.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, you definitely stay busy in the community, and I really love that you find ways in your niche to give back, because that's one thing that I've been really wanting to do with my art is find ways that I can donate back off of artwork that I get and everything. So on that note, just kind of curious, what kind of got you started in all of this?
Okay.
What was the backstory behind all of how all of this got started for you?
Well, I've known I wanted to be a chef since I was 8 years old. It randomly happened because I just loved cooking, and then basically being raised by my grandparents on both sides. The Calhoun side will be my grandparents and my dad. My mom's side will be my grandparents and my mom and stuff. And so getting the influence of both. But I remember what really made me want to be a chef was my mom would work from 7 to 7 at St. Mary's back in the day. And so I was scrambling eggs. Well, I thought I was going to. So I was scrambling eggs, and then she called my name. And by the time I came back to the kitchen, it was a solid. And so I was like, oh my gosh, like this is like an omelet. And so I tried to figure it out and everything, and I flipped it on the plate, and it actually was an omelet. So I was just like so hyped.
I love that. Let me tell you, that moment when you get a nice, perfect omelet is like the greatest feeling in the world.
Like,
I swear.
so but what's also weird about that is that I could never make pancakes. So that's weird. Like, I would, now I can, obviously, but it was just like, I could never get that down pat as a little girl. So from there, they just kept encouraging me. Like, they would be like, my mom bought me like a little cookbook, and we stayed watching Food Network and different things. So from there, my dad sent me to culinary art school, Sullivan University. Made it all the way down to my final semester, but couldn't finish because of financial aid. But I just didn't stop. So anything retail to the kitchen, I've done it. At this point. But what made me take on Peace for You full time is because I was tired of feeling like just a body.
I feel that.
You know what I mean?
I feel that.
And I felt like this, especially as the years go on, I feel like the service that people get, to me, in my experience, it wasn't a good balance. Like, either you have a great waitress, a great host, and then the food's kind of alright.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you never have both.
Or it's the other way around, yeah.
Yes, exactly. So that's why, Peace for You, I was like, I just had to do it. Because I believe that there can be a balance to this thing.
Absolutely. And I think it's really important, having that, that passion and drive behind it, too. Because, really, as artists, that's what kind of pushes us to want to create a better space for people and a better space in our communities, to be able to let them know hey, there's an alternative to what you think is out there. Just because you've been seeing it this whole way one way doesn't mean there can't be something else.
Right.
So yeah, I really love your passion behind that. That's awesome.
Especially when it comes to our food, I don't want to shock the people, especially African Americans and stuff like that with soul food. Mm-hmm. So I try to slowly switch to instead of people know about my meatloaf by now, that I use ground turkey instead of ground beef. Little tweaks on the healthier side of things to stop, the generational curse of some of this stuff or whatever too. And our vegans and our vegetarians, I also want to accommodate highly for them too on one menu.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Peace is coming to the table, eating food, and
right, which means everybody comes to the table.
Everybody. Let's get inclusion.
Yes,
yes.
And and that's really important that you say that too, because that's one thing that I'm finding. I've got several friends, and we just recently had our Yule gathering together, and so we all kind of planned our food and everything, and we realized with our list of allergies, there's a lot of people who can't eat a lot of things. One of my best friends just developed an allergy. I think she might have celiacs. So being able to offer those alternatives to people is really, it makes them feel so much better, because they already have to take that extra steps to go out of the way just to find something they can eat. Something so simple as being able to eat food. They've got to go through these hurdles. So I love that you have that alternative, and also to speak on the healthier side of things. I really like that you're still it's a slow integration, because we do have a lot of disgusting additives and things that we don't know to our foods, and it's killing us. It's literally killing us. So I love that you're finding this nice little progressive way to hey, I can offer you some good food, but we can make sure that it's healthy for you too.
Yes.
I love that. All right. So my other question for you is, this might be a hard question for you. All the dishes that you have ever made, what is your favorite? I got her. Now she got to think on that one.
You know what? Favorite is such a hard term to use, because people have asked me this since I've started. What is my favorite dish to cook? But I don't want to sound like girl, you're right. No, but seriously, my passion, I'm a servant leader, and so I would love what you would love. If you say you want an Italian dish, me serving that to you and seeing your reaction, that's my favorite part of cooking.
I feel that. So much. That makes makes so much sense to me because
Yes.
as a person that I like to host and stuff like that, my friends and everything, and I love cooking for my friends. And I don't really do it on a professional level. It's just more of a hobby, and I just enjoy it.
Of course.
But that's like my favorite part is knowing that someone I have fed has had a great meal and a great experience. So that's a really unique way to look at that too. I've never really thought about that, but I like that.
But I will say that here lately, at the gallery when I did that butternut squash curry soup, that's the one that's on my vegan menu, and I think so far that can almost be considered one of my favorites because it was my first time making it. It was all just straight, came from their garden, different stuff like that, and it was really good. So I was like, okay, so far I think that can be one of my favorites. I know I want to do for my birthday another community give back. I want to do, I believe, somewhere between Italian and South African fusion. So
I love that because I have not been introduced to that kind of cuisine, and I love the idea of exploring new areas of cuisine.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I need to get more of your food. I think I had like the chicken wrap, and then I had like one dessert. I think it's like a pudding or something that I can't remember. You gave me like one dessert before, but I need to try more of it.
Yes.
It's because I only had those 2 times. I'm just like, I need to get more of your food.
Okay, we got more opportunities coming up. Oh, Harrison High School, February 14th, I'll be there doing some desserts. I think it's something I'm going to do. Truffles or red velvet brownie that I just debuted, so stuff like that for Valentine's
Yeah, I
Day.
saw the red velvet. Did you see the red velvet brownie? It looks so good.
Thank you.
All right, did you have any other questions?
You kind of covered all my points. You covered all my points. I was like, oh yeah, like I don't have to do anything. Like usually when we do these shows, Bree kind of just takes over. I'm just in the background. This is no longer time out with Josh. This is Bree and Josh is here too.
Well, yeah, because usually what happens in the interviews is he gets so caught up in the conversation, he forgets to ask questions.
I'm just like, at this point, I'm like Josh is the one who's tagging along. I'm just
Josh is the tag along.
I'm listening to your story. I'm just like, oh man, that sounds good.
Right, I'm
like
hungry.
When are you gonna have that done?
Right, right, like, ooh, soup sounds really butternut squash. Sounds really good right
I've
now.
had a curry in forever.
Yes.
Well, we said that. I told him one day, I was like, we're gonna get you one of those little signs on a toothpick that says, "I'm here too."
Just like in my corner, just like vibing.
Yeah.
Well, other than that, is there anything else that you want to let our viewers know, or anything that you feel that they need to know about your business, or anything like that?
I'm also a TP Park leader and stuff, so I encourage people to come out to our neighborhood meetings on every third Monday of the month, starting back in March. That's at 1212 South Garvin. Also, we're Zion Church and Faith Temple is doing a collab type fundraiser kind of thing to help with community outreach on the south side. And also some of the proceeds will help go towards building repairs, but we're doing smoked oxtails, we're doing Cornish hen smoked, we're doing smoked lamb, come on now, so we're doing stuff like that.
Yes.
So just people who don't have Facebook, they can find me on Google under Peace, that's Peace of Mind, PACE, the number 4 and a capital U. On Facebook it is Peace for You Official. My regular page is Roxanne Dove, but other than that, I think that's about it.
Really quickly, you said you're part of like a community that starts back up in March. Like, what exactly do you guys do for that?
TP Park Neighborhood Association. We have a quality of life brochure that we're trying. It's neighboring community, youth, connecting with the youth as well, and it's livability. So with all those things, we're just trying to help build up a better quality of life. They have so much stuff that we have a few key points that we're trying to help improve in the community. We also have things like our entrepreneurship funds. We have action projects, action teams that anyone can be a part of. If you're on the TP side of town, to where if you and 3 other people, you take the application, write it down, say this is what we want to do. For example, like we wanted lights in the park, like better lights in the park.
Right.
They could potentially even help you get the funding to do that. Then you show proof that you executed the project, and just keeps going from there.
Okay, so it's literally just like legitimately like improving the community and like
Yes.
the standards and the infrastructure and stuff
Yeah,
like that. Okay.
neighbor-led initiatives. is
I
what
love
they
that.
Say, so, yeah.
I love that. All right, well, thank you so much, Roxanne, for coming on and taking the time with us to let us into your world a little bit. Thank you guys for viewing us. This has been Tag Along with Josh, and Josh tagged along.
I was tagging along
He
this
said,
time.
"Hi, I'm here."